Everyone, hope everything is going well. I wanted all of you to look at the price of lumber. And why am I looking at lumber and how can you associate this with the overall health of the economy? Well, if you just look at it, number one, I'm over at stockcharts.com. Just want to give attribution to them. So make sure to check their work out. Could find all sorts of charts there. I'm not paid by them. I just use it. Let's just take a look at this. Just a 1 year chart. Okay. What I find quite interesting, lumber is not at the 1 year highs, continuous contract over at the CME. And mostly these futures contracts are in contango. Front month is less than the forward month. Okay, that's how it usually works. But anyways, I want to look at a 3 year chart and I'm going to tie into the economy. Just wait. Look at where lumber was a couple of years ago. It was what, 1500 and then over 2100 on the futures market. That's why everything shot up in value. It was all these dislocations because of the pandemic. Now we're back to normal levels where lumber is what, 563.65 per 1,000 board feet. When you see this huge reduction, you can see that housing market isn't accelerating to the extent that it was a couple of years ago. And this is where, people thought there were opportunities and they bought at a high. Okay. Higher interest rates have hurt housing. That's a fact. And okay, if you bought in 2008, 2009, okay, you're probably not doing too bad, assuming you have a fixed rate mortgage. But there are problems underneath the surface. I want to look at a 5 year chart and I'm going to go to the S&P to look at it as well. Okay, you see, before COVID happened, lumber just tanked. Okay. And some people would be like, hey, that's foreshadowing the imminent crash in February, March. But what I'm looking at is it was around this range where we are right now, like 500-ish, 563-ish. Where's it right now? 563.65. So let's get this straight. The S&P from that point on pretty much doubled, and lumber prices are the same. What does that show you about the housing market out there? Okay. Look at the S&P 500. I'm going to maybe look at it from a 3 year chart or 3 year point of view. Just take a look at this. Okay. Okay. You do see lumber or the S&P bottomed out in what, September, October of 2022, but 2023, S&P was around 380 SPY, the ETF. Where is it now? 507. What's lumber? Lumber bottomed out last year around like three, once again, around 370-ish, where the S&P was over a year ago. And it's just gone up. The difference between lumber though and the S&P is S&P is making highs versus lumber where it's not making a high. It's completely down from the top in March of 2021 when everything went parabolic, insane. Sports cars went insane. Crypto stocks went insane. Technology stocks were going crazy at that time. So I believe this is a warning sign. Now, we're not there yet. I do believe we will have a parabolic spike up in the S&P in some of these stocks before the meltdown. You need to have a rug pull, in my opinion, before the whole system comes tumbling down. There's other indicators as well that I look at. I look at the 3-year versus 10-year yield inverted yield curve right now. That's a warning sign. The decrease in money supply from a couple of years ago, that's a warning sign. You're seeing from a fundamental perspective how higher interest rates have hurt commercial real estate. There's going to be trillions of dollars of loans due. Okay. This is not a time to be, in my opinion, for me to be like pouring cash into the markets. Yeah, I have stocks right now. I have money in stocks, but if we get to this parabolic phase like I think we are in the next few months, I'm going to be slowly exiting those positions and going to be getting ready for the Great Reset. But this is not some sort of tinfoil hat theory. I'm just looking at the price of lumber, and lumber is showing me, hey, look, okay, yeah, it's been rising since last year. However, it's not anywhere the highs. S&P is at the highs. So I don't know if you want to call it a divergence, but I'm going to be looking at lumber very carefully in the next few months. Anyways, before my battery runs out, as you can see, let me know what you think and I'll talk to you later. See you. Bye.